What's up, Ravens fans? I'm Cassie Calvert, and today I'm joined by Nick Boyle, who's going to be taking your questions, so go ahead and start commenting below. All right, big week for you. We have to talk about the touchdown. What was your initial reaction coming off the field after that?
It was cool. It was kind of overwhelming with the teammates. They all came up to me. They're all happy for me, which made me happy. You know what I mean? It was kind of hard to move when I first scored because then Ronnie got me. Then they were all over me, and I think that was just the most satisfying part about it. It was just cool to score.
You said you didn't really get to do your touchdown dance because there's too many guys around you.
Cleanly, yeah. I mean, there's probably a little more to it, but hopefully there could be another time I could maybe have more separation from everybody. So,
your next one.
Yeah.
All right, so you talked about also so many people hit you up after that. It was almost like you were drafted. What was that like, kind of getting back to your phone in the locker room and seeing so many people so excited for you?
Yeah, it's awesome to see how many people support you. Realize how many people are watching you, especially back at home, people you haven't talked to in a while. It's cool to feel that support, but I have to answer everyone, which is hard for me because I'm not a good communicator on my phone. I'm awful with communicating. But it's like I said, it was just cool to see the support you have, especially back from your hometown.
That's really special. So Brody, our first fan question asks, what's your biggest obstacle in the NFL?
Biggest obstacle? I think the biggest obstacle is just having that short-term, day-to-day challenge and not look too far down the road, because I think the season's a very long haul season. Even sometimes some weeks feel long. So for me, I look at every day as a single day until that day's over, then I'm on to the next day. I'm not really looking forward to 3 days in advance or 4 days in advance. So my planning outside of football is not very good because all I do is worry about football. And so I think the biggest challenge is just being able to reset your body every single day to just attack the challenges that come for that day.
A lot of people like to say oh, do you have a opponent circled on the calendar? But for you, it's really just literally day by day, not even opponent by opponent.
Yeah, because people will say oh, you play this team and we'll come see you, whatever team they want to come see, in the beginning of the year. And I'm I don't even know who we play, when we play them. I only know that upcoming week. So I find out by people telling me who we play.
All right, John asked, what is the atmosphere like at the Castle after a huge win like Sunday?
Yeah, it's good. It's always good to win. It's always happier. The coaches are in a better mood generally when you win. If you lose, it's not the best. So it's good. But the biggest thing is like I said before, once it's over, it's over. You got to reset yourself to attack the next week, because the only thing the NFL is what have you done for me lately? And you really got to stack good days, stack wins, and you do that by not holding on to the past, having those good feelings, living out for a day, then just on to the next one.
And especially with a week like this, a lot of people have talked about the Bengals could be a trap game. And so coming off a huge win like that, you really have to, how do you sort of reset and look at this opponent, knowing that it's not really about the record on a Sunday in the NFL?
Yeah, every Sunday it's in the NFL, it's a week-to-week thing. Anyone can beat anybody. That's kind of the beauty of the NFL, and just it's the talent level of the NFL. So you just got to reset your body, reset your mind, study to this game plan, because it's way different from the last week. Every game plan's, different, and just put your best foot forward and know that what happened last week doesn't matter.
So you have one of the closest, I think, position groups, and specifically here, but I would say maybe across the league entirely, your tight end group. John wants to know, what's your relationship like with those tight end buddies you call them?
It's something like never before, I would say. Just and because that makes my day coming to work so much better. It's a true joy to be here and spend as much time as we do together and not get sick of one another. We're always making fun of each other, bickering back and forth like brothers. And that makes it so much fun here. That with our tight end group and also with the whole team. With the offensive lineman, Lamar, the wide receivers, we're all really close. And it's fun because you get to mess around with each other and no one's feelings gets hurt and they fire back at each other. And it's always a good time, when you're working and you're working with people you really like.
I think anyone can relate to that, just getting along well with your coworkers. When you spend that much time with people.
So much better.
Yeah.
If you go to work and you don't like the person, it must be awful,
How does that translate, do you think, on Sundays to the field?
Yeah, I think we know what the other person is thinking, when they see it, or when you see them looking at something, I know what he's going to say. We could probably finish each other's sentences. And that translates because I see him doing something I have to play off, either Mark or Hayden, but I think I know what they're going to do because of how close we are. And I think that makes all of our jobs easier.
That's really fascinating. We actually have a good fan follow-up question that Tom asked. So how, compared to teams you've played with previously, is that special to this team?
played with previous. Yeah. I think this team is just everyone's relationship, whether it's special teams, offense, defense, are all intertwined. I tell people I can have a conversation with anyone on the team and feel comfortable, and I don't think that's a thing around the NFL. It's something I think is really special, and you can see it the way we interact with each other in team meetings and in the locker room. I think it's fun, it's special, and it's just like a joy to come to work.
What is it like when guys get added in like mid-season to that?
Yeah, I think it's tough for the people coming in, but I think they realize fast of how open and how fun and friendly people are on this team, and they see the connections everyone has with one another, and they quickly join in on that.
That's really cool. Devontae asks, we'll go back to the tight ends for a minute. Who is the most animated out of the trio?
I think that depends on the day. You know what I mean? Sometimes, I'm tired or one of us is tired. I think we're all animated. It just depends on the day, the situation, the time. And I think we get on each other's nerves all the time, and then that fires someone up, and then everyone starts going at each other. So, I don't know if I could pinpoint one person, but it's just like a rotational
kind of feed
thing.
off each other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Alex said, I think you might have been the OG with this, actually, the hurdling, but he wants to know what your strategy is on that now, given that there's been a little controversy there.
Yeah, I think you still got to roll with it. People are going to criticize it when it doesn't happen right. That's everything in life. Not everything's going to happen right every time you do it. So as long as you just stick to it and not use it in a good situation, I think it's a good move. Sometimes people aren't going to go low, and you know it well. Then you just hold on to the ball and everything will be great.
And they make for some really cool highlights.
Yeah, exactly. People still like it anyway. Like I said, if you get hit up top, everyone's like, ooh, they think it's cool. So whatever.
Kyler asked, what are your hobbies outside of football?
Hobbies outside of football. I hang out with my wife. I hang out with my 2 dogs. I like to go fishing, and I also drive like these RC car things in the off season.
What is that?
Just like they're like higher tech RC cars that look like real cars, but they're just like I just driving around. I'm like a little kid. Yeah, like a remote control. Sorry,
awesome.
Yeah, I'm like a little kid outside of here. I don't really do anything seriously. Hang out, like I said, I love to walk my dogs, play with my dogs.
It's the simple things when you're working so much.
Yeah, now I don't really go into it,
like
you said, but in the off season, I'm like a kid.
That's awesome. All right, we'll take another fan question. John asked, which NFL tight end inspired you the most growing up?
NFL tight end. The thing with me growing up, I wasn't like, first of all, I didn't know I was going to play in the NFL. And secondly, my younger ages, elementary school, middle school, I was really more into like skateboarding and stuff. So like I watched football, I kind of enjoyed it. I wasn't really like a follower of sports, but I played them. So basically, like Tony Hawk's not a tight end, but like all the extreme, like Travis Pastrana, all the extreme sports. I like to ride dirt bikes and stuff, and so I didn't really have one growing up. I was more of just a participant, and when I had like my off time in elementary school, I'd skateboard. So
the person like you would want to meet would be like the Tony Hawks of the world.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Back then, now I know it's different now, but when I was growing up, I was just in extreme sports.
All right, Jeremy wants to know, in a dance battle between you, Hayden, and Mark, who wins?
That's a good one. I think we should try. We have to do it and have people decide, I think.
I think that's a good.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't boast from it. Obviously, you think yourself, but you don't want to be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll have to let the fans decide that.
Yeah,
we did like the hair a couple years ago at training camp. Maybe this one it'll be
a dance thing.
Dance off. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take one more fan question from Matthew. How do you feel about your Madden rating? He thinks you should be higher.
Oh, well, I don't even know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
I don't play Madden. I do play video games in my off time too. I think Madden's cool, and I played Madden when I was younger, but now I don't play it, so I don't really pay attention to it. Now I play PUBG, which is PlayerUnknown's Battleground. It's like Fortnite, but realistic. You don't know either. All right, cool. I play PUBG and Call of Duty, so I don't really play the sports games right now. But,
so you've never like gotten on there and like played with yourself?
I did as a rookie.
Okay.
But I haven't now. So
I'm assuming your score has gone up since then.
Hopefully, it doesn't matter whatever it is.
People like getting on there with Lamar and doing all the trick plays and everything.
Yeah, Lamar's probably the best. He's the best in real life too.
I know that's what everyone says. Like him on the field is like Madden.
He's real, yeah.
Exactly. All right. Any message for the fans before we sign off?
Just to hope go out there and get another win. We're always trying to win, whether good plays or bad plays. People seem to up and down with it, but we're always trying to put our best foot forward and, go beat Cincinnati.
We'll see you on Sunday in Cincinnati. Thanks for tuning in, guys.